Are we ready?
We are ready. Okay, I just want to say welcome. This is our second time this evening. We were having some technical difficulties, but that is no problem. The first person we heard from was Whitney, and she was talking about how she's hypoglycemic and how what Plexus had done for her. Now, we want you to know here at Plexus at Rescue Nail, these are live testimonies, and we are all independent Plexus ambassadors, and we don't claim to cure, treat, prevent any disease. Every single thing that you're going to hear about is going to vary from person to person because we are all different. And we want you to know that before starting these products, make sure that you take them to your doctor and you ask them, is there anything in there that's going to hurt you? Because we have no idea about your body. Again, we are just Plexus independent ambassadors. So we are going to turn this over to Stacee Benbrook, and I'm so excited to hear her testimony. Just gives me chills every time. So Stacee, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hi guys, I am a ambassador from Bentonville, Arkansas. My name is Stacee Benbrook. I consider myself to be a mixed metal ambassador. I am silver on the way to gold, on the way to diamond. I am on that road. That is my path. I have been an ambassador with Plexus since March of last year, mid-March, and I actually didn't start taking the product until about April. But the road that led me to Plexus actually started early on in my life. I have battled my weight my entire life. I've seen nutritionists, doctors, therapists, shrinks, dietitians, nutritionists. I've done some crazy fad diets. I have done some very horrible, horrible things to my body for the sake of a pound. So along with that came a lot of depression and anxiety and things like that. So in 2000, when they decided it was time to irradiate my thyroid, they nuked my thyroid because it was overactive. My life got turned really upside down. Within days, my hair had started to fall out in clumps, like literally would come out in my hands. My skin was destroyed. Like I couldn't put makeup on because the moisture in the makeup would be sucked out by my skin and it would just start patching off. Then after that, the depression and things really got worse. From then on out, when the depression hit, my life just kind of started melting down. And to add on top of it, I started having PCOS. And for people who understand that, I wasn't having my cycles anymore. If I had them, it would be every 6 months, or sometimes it would skip a year. And then it got to the point where I bled for a year. It was horrible. They were giving me pills to make me have these things. So that was my life for a long time. And then in 2008, when I had hit roughly about 300 pounds, because my metabolism was shot, I would go to my doctor and ask him for help, and he would tell me, you're just going to fight to stay the weight you are. And by chance, we were visiting his blood because he's a hypoglycemic. And they're like, they had been watching me for prediabetes, and they're like, let's just check Stacee's. And they pricked my finger, and it was like 438. And the doctor was like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean, what am I doing? They're like, we need to start testing you. And so they tested my A1C, and my A1C was 17.5. I was literally off the charts. At that moment, I became known as that diabetic. When I would walk into a doctor's office, they would say that diabetic is here to see you. And my doctor would say, tell Stacee I'll be right there. That moment when that all started for me, my doctor started throwing anything he possibly could at me outside of insulin to get my sugars to come down. It didn't matter if it caused migraines, constipation, diarrhea, sores, pancreatitis. It didn't matter. As long as my sugar was trying to get under control, they wanted me to try it. That was my life from 2008 until 2013. My depression, anxiety, I was having major insomnia at that time. My blood pressure, my cholesterol was through the roof, and that was my life. So in 2013, I had had enough, and I decided it was time to stop. It wasn't the fact that I wanted to die. I wasn't suicidal, don't take it that way. But when you fight a battle for so long and you're sick for so long, you get tired. You just get tired. So they decided it was time for either me to do insulin on top of oral medications, or it was time for me to have a gastric bypass done. And the gastric bypass really wasn't so much for the weight loss, because at that point I had about 75, 80 pounds to lose. It was to cure my diabetes. So I went through the process of getting everything tested, everything ready to go. All I had to do was set a date. And I finally had had enough, and I cried out to God. And I was like, I need one shot on me. This is for life, God. Give me one more shot. And within a couple of weeks, my son was on Facebook, and he said he saw somebody post about that he had lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks on something called Plexus. And I'm like, what's a Plexus? And that's where my journey started. Since I have been on Plexus, it's been 15 months. I no longer have insomnia. My skin is healed. Hey, it's me. My skin is healed. My hair is growing back. After my doctor, I would talk to my doctor about my hair, and he told me it was going to continue to fall out. There was nothing he could do about it. There was no way to reverse it. My hair is growing back. My skin is healing. The depression and the anxiety is gone, except for when I do public speaking. It's kind of a funny thing. But I don't take, my blood pressure is come down. I am 38 years old, and I have had 2 stress tests done. They told me I had foot in the grave, that I wouldn't live to see 40. I'm going to be 39 in November. I've lost 68 pounds in 6 sizes. My blood sugars have gone from the 400s and 500s to just the other day. Actually, it was the day before yesterday. They hit 78. I actually had a low. The PCOS has leveled out. I have my monthly cycles. My cholesterol has actually dropped. It has dropped from 307 to 199. My triglycerides dropped from 325 to 177. My A1C went from 10.5 to 6.6, and it's probably going to be lower when I check it again. I've been able to go from doctor's visits every 4 to 6 weeks to I was just okay this week, or excuse me, last week, to go every 6 months. And like Sarah said, present it to your doctor, take it to your doctor. I took mine to my doctor and asked him if it was going to hurt me, and he's like, it can't be any worse or better. He's like, he was skeptic. He was like, you can't hurt yourself any more than you already are. I was like, give me 3 months. 3 months I went in for my checkup, and my blood sugars had dropped. My weight had dropped. My cholesterol had dropped. And he didn't think my cholesterol was going to drop within 6 months. 3 months it had already dropped. When I went in for my 6th, he's like, I don't know what you're doing, but keep going. I went in for my 1-year checkup and got a letter from my endocrinologist giving me the thumbs up, stating that I could continue doing nothing but Plexus for my diabetes, for my weight management. I am off all of my blood pressure meds, my cholesterol meds, pain meds, anxiety meds. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's worth a shot. That's my story. I gotta add, no seasonal allergies either. Gotta throw that in there. I haven't had a Zyrtec in 15 months, or a migraine.
Awesome. I just love to hear your testimony. So could you tell us what products that you're taking, Stacey?
Currently, I am taking the Slim, the X Factor, the ProBio, the Bio Cleanse. I take my block. I am adding ease into it. I used to do accelerator or boost, the enhancing part of it, but I have decided to wean off and fight the inflammation in my body because I'm still a diabetic, so my body is always attacking itself. So I've added the ease program into it. But those are the products that I'm a diehard for.
Awesome. So Stacey and I are both independent Plexus ambassadors with Plexus Worldwide, and what that means is that for me, I don't know about Stacey, but I was a cheapskate, and I paid $34.95 basically to get a wholesale membership to be able to purchase these products for 1 year. And we're able to share with people, just like we're sharing with you, the testimonies that have totally changed our lives. And that way we can share with people, and then we start earning money, and we start earning ways that we can get our products paid for. So if you find 3 to 4 friends, depending on what they're taking, that would help you to get your products paid for. So if that's something that you're interested, we would love to help you do that. What she's talking about is Slim. Plexus Slim was designed for actually diabetics, type 2 diabetics, and once they realized it was helping regulate your blood sugar, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. So there's lots of people that tried it. Like we said, it has a 60-day money-back guarantee. We want to make sure that you know that 60-day, and that's an empty bottle guarantee. You can take all of it, call the company, and get it back. If you purchase it retail or preferred, I recommend you buy preferred because it's kind of like a coupon for across the street to go shopping anywhere. You would take us up on that coupon. At any time, you can change your order. You can cancel your order. That's no binding contract. Or if you know some people that you would like to share with and become an ambassador like we have, we would love for you to do that, and we would love to help you get going on your journey. So the Slim that she's talking about is a little packet like Crystal Light. You're going to pour it in your water. You're going to shake it up and drink it 1 time a day. And they say to drink it about 30 minutes before you eat. Remember, it's not a meal replacement. We are not a shake company. It's not a meal replacement. So then the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse, those are probably my 2 best friends. The probiotic I love because it has, as far as I know, any other out there does not have an antifungal. So it's going in and replenishing that good flora back into our gut. The Bio Cleanse has magnesium in it, and study up on magnesium and helping to get your every cell in your body oxygenated. And that's another thing. Google that, oxygenating your cells, what that can do for you. Those products are fantastic. The X Factor we have is a number 7 multivitamin. Most over-the-counter vitamins are from a 4 to a 5. They don't absorb into your body until they're a level 6, and this is a number 7. It has the most potent antioxidant in it, the New Zealand black currant, and it has the inner and outer aloe, so it helps with the absorption. And I think about, like, when you get a burn, you put aloe on it and what it does for your skin. Think about what that aloe is doing, the inner and outer aloe is doing to the inside of your body. And back with the ProBio and the Bio Cleanse, my friend, we were talking about swimming pools, and you look at that pool and you want to get your pH correct, because if you look at a pool and it's all green and nasty and gross, stuff can grow there. But once you get that pool's pH balance good and perfect, guess what? It's so clean and clear. And so that's what we need to do to our bodies, is get our pH balanced. And so read up on that. And then the Fast Relief helps with inflammation. It does contain shellfish. And then we have nerve health support that actually study up nerve health support, and you can type in Plexus, the doctors, and there's a whole video about how it goes in and rejuvenates that damaged nerve. So those are some of the products, and we would love to help you get going, because what we see, it's about sharing with people, and it's about changing lives and getting people healthy. So Stacey, do you have anything else that you want to share with us?
I think that you pretty much covered everything. I think people need to understand that it's really worth a shot. I mean, it's a 60-day guarantee. and quit for a while because I thought it was all in my head, and I just couldn't put it down. It was always in the back of my head. So the next time I saw it, I jumped on it as an ambassador. And I'll add this, in 2010, I actually lost my job. I was laid off because I was too sick to work. And I didn't think I'd be able to afford the products. And since I've started, I've never had to pay for my products because of the fact that I'm sharing them. And so I don't have to worry about it coming out of our budget that we have because I'm sharing it with people, and other people want this opportunity. And praise God, it's out there. I absolutely believe that God brought this to me, not just for my health. It saved my life, and it's saving my finances, and I don't see why you couldn't take a shot. That's my personal thought.
That's exactly right. Because when we started, we certainly couldn't afford these products. And, you know, this is what we felt. But once we heard about it, and it was like, no matter what, there's things that I was able to give up. My Route 44 drink every day to trade out for a Armour and Plexus Slim. So it's just making those choices. And definitely, it's totally changing people's lives. And to think that you're saving money, really, because look at all the medication you were able to get off of. And so that's what, and all the things that we used to eat, we really saved money by taking this product.
I mean, if you want to talk about the financial part of it, I mean, I'm off basically 16 medications at a collective. I mean, 16 medications. One of my medications that if I was still having to continue to take would hit about $400. If I had to pay for it out of pocket. Even with insurance, it's $100 a bottle just for this prescription, not with all of the rest. And I made a post the other day talking about this. The doctor's visits alone, I've had 2 stress tests done, and all of the doctor visits with the endocrinologist and all of the other specialists, you know, I'm saving roughly about $4,000 doing this naturally than going and paying $200+ every visit, because every visit wasn't just a doctor's visit. It was a lab work, it was a test, it was a scan, it was a something to go with it. So you have to look at the choices that you're making. Is the $35 to start as an ambassador, and then your product worth, you know, your $5,000 a year deductible? You know, because there's no comparison. It's a no-brainer for me. It's a win for me.
That's right. So when you take this information, if you need information, just message us and we can get you the ingredients for you to take to your doctor. Make sure that you ask him, is there anything in here that's going to hurt me? That way that takes the liability off your doctor. And we have, like I said, tons of testimonies so we can help you with that. But another thing is, depending on what type of insurance you have, and if you have prepaid it to where you don't have, there's ways that you could talk to your doctor, because we do have people that have asked their doctor, they wrote a prescription for it, and use that plan that they have to be able to get these products. So check into that. And we just want to thank you again for tuning in to Plexus at Rusty Nail Live Testimonies. And thank you, Stacee. I'm just praying and believing that this is going to go out and touch many, many lives, because like I said, that is our whole goal, because we see people post all the time. I just pray that there's a cure for, you know, this or that. And let me tell you, we know that these products are changing lives. And when you get your, we're not saying these are curing it, but what we're saying is when you put the right ingredients in your body that God intends for you to have, that your body is healing itself. And we're seeing amazing, amazing testimonies. So I want to thank you again. And if you have any questions, and you guys have a great night. God bless.
God bless.